Orin tó ti pẹ́ tó bá ìgbà múlẹ̀ láti refresh memory wa pẹ̀lú àwọn onírúurú ìràwọ̀ tá a jọ máa jókòó papọ̀ jọ ṣe síyá. Giveaway ọjọ́ yẹn ó ti máa ṣe jàkíjàkí games and competition. Ẹ̀bùn tó ń bẹ fún ẹni tó bá múra dáadáa jù lọ́jọ́ yẹn o. Pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣọ John old school la pé Esketebe Watershed Celebrity Center Old Ife Road máa gbàlejò lọ́jọ́ náà lè máa kún dẹ́nu ni o. With maximum security guarantee. Enough parking space bẹ́ẹ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn mọ́tò yín tẹ́ máa fọkàn balẹ̀. October 1st 2025 red carpet láti yàwòrán pẹ̀lú àwọn onírúurú aṣọ ọjọ́ aago 12 ọ̀sán ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Tó bá ti da aago kọ̀ọ̀sán gbèrè la máa sísọ lójú ìtàgé fàájì máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbà. Regular 5,000 table for 2 20,000 table for 4 50,000 ni o. Àyè ń bẹ fún ojú oge fashion contest fáwọn obìnrin àsìkò yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn aṣọ ọ̀gbani 5,000 naira péré náwó fọ́ọ̀mù with a lot of gift and take away. Ó yá tara ṣàṣà lọ mú fọ́ọ̀mù ẹ̀ ní Eri FM building ìyànà àgbàlá níwájú olówó tí fowó ṣàánú shopping complex ìwòròdó Ìbàdàn. Bá a ti múra ní ti 60s láti máa dọ̀wẹ́kẹ̀ wọnú ara wa tán. Eri FM old school fiesta party tí n bá sọ wípé ó tọpinpin ẹ máa sọ pé talking to yọ nigga. Old school fiesta party Eri FM ló ń ṣe bẹ́bẹ́ o. Ìrísẹ̀ káró tu tilé toko l'October fair.
Ìfàmì òróró yan bàbá ṣe bí ọba ọdún kejìlélọ́gbọ̀n 32 years Ọlọ́run ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tí kò dúró. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, ọdọọdún báyìí ló ń wáyé. Àjọ̀dún ìfàmì òróró yẹn 32 years anointing náà bàbá ṣe bí ọba. Ìpè tó ń fọ̀n agbára tó ń túnde tó ń jáde tó ń pàṣẹ ìtura. Tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ àmì àti iṣẹ́ ìyanu káàkiri àgbáyé. Tọ́dún ìtumọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀rí rẹ̀ pẹ̀tẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Ní ṣe bí ọba headquarters. Gbàrẹ̀mú ìdíòbí airport area alága Ìbàdàn tó ti máa wáyé. Ọjọ́ Wednesday September 17 ọdún yìí ni. Pẹ̀lú ìpàdé àdúrà tá a pàkórí ẹ̀ ní agbára láti ṣe bí ọba. Aago méje òwúrọ̀ kùtù la máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹni tí Olúwa pè tó yàn tó ṣe lógo bàbá wa nínú Olúwa. Lord Mayor, His Eminence Apostle Dr. S.M.O. Mustapha J.B. bàbá ṣe bí ọba lólùgbàlejò àgbà. Wọ́n máa fi ìfàmì òróró yàn tún gbàdúrà fún gbogbo oníkojúkò. Tó o bá lè wá, ìpè yìí máa gbé ìwọ náà lórúkọ Jésù àmín o.
96.1 In the heart of Africa, where the sun's golden rays illuminate the vast landscape, a kingdom of pride and heritage awaits. Welcome to the realm where royalty thrives, where the spirit of kingship echoes through the ages. Discover the majestic allure of being a king. This is Erie 96.1 FM. We are the king.
To the morning rush on Erie 96.1 FM. We're broadcasting live from Ìyànà Àgbàlá, Ewo Road. My name is OLUWASEUN OGUNROTIMI, and today's edition of the morning rush, we give you details and top stories making rounds in our newspapers, just to keep you up to date on what is happening in Nigeria and perhaps beyond. Welcome to the program. It's such a wonderful morning. And this morning, I'm starting with the Punch newspaper. I have the Guardian newspaper, the Nigerian Tribune, The Nation, the Vanguard, Daily Independence newspaper. These papers are right in front of me, just so I can give you the hint of on what you are to expect from them this morning. And I'm starting off with the Punch newspaper right about now. The biggest stories, the biggest headlines. I have the first one says federal government unveils agri reforms, moves to create 21 million jobs, and how Nigeria can attain global power. This is coming from S.M.O. And moving on, Tinubu returns to Abuja after cutting short parade leave, and Nama pushes for tariff hike. Airlines kicks. Okay, and Army arrests notorious IPOP commander in Imo. That's also another headline from the Punch newspaper. Now to the federal government. Oil reforms drive $18.2 billion deal. This is coming from the federal government. Don't derail Awujale selection. Cancel one's ruling houses. And the headline says federal government predicts fresh flooding in Lagos, 13 orders. And from the world of sports right now, 6 Eagles begin chase to end Nigeria's 13-year UCL drought. That is also in the Punch newspaper for this morning. And do well to pick a copy to keep yourself up to date of what is happening in Nigeria through the Punch newspaper. And from the Punch newspaper, let's go to the Guardian newspaper right about now and take a look at the headlines being reported on the front page. Insider threat, low confidence, Hubble $14 billion evasion target. That's on page 6. And PDP throws 2027 presidential ticket open to all regions. That's another one. Food, transport, housing, others remain key inflation drivers. Page 4 has details. Now to Atiku. Atiku meets United States envoy in Abuja, flares tribalism in Nigeria. That you will find on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper. Obi decries normalization of violence as Kwara youth make distress call. Page 29 has details. Now, Tinubu returns as Fubara set for reinstatement. Labour Party seeks emergency rule probe. That's on page 6. And to page 7, federal government is insensitive to doctors' welfare. NMA reiterates. That's on page 7. And more from the Guardian newspaper. And if you flip to page 5, Showora files counter suit as DSS sues him, ex-Meta over anti-Tinubu post. And that's on page 5. Now to page 7. International Day. Lagos warns against using ozone-depleting gases for refrigerators, others. And the final headline, which is on page 29. Crude output improves as Nigeria records first full pipeline availability in 20 years. And that's it from the Guardian newspaper for this morning. From the Guardian newspaper now, let's move on swiftly to the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune newspaper has this Wednesday headlines. DSS sues Showore, Meta X over anti-Tinubu post. That you will find in the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Okpebolo unveils transformative education reforms in Edo. Page 16 has details. Now to page 27. Custom consults of Finance Ministry on alternative following suspension of 4% import levy. Custom consults Finance Ministry on alternatives following suspension of 4% import levy. That's on page 27. Now the big story from the Nigerian Tribune says how Tinubu government destroyed economy. This is coming from Dogara, and the writer says ex-president's administration's printing injection of 22.7 trillion naira destroyed naira value. And all this you find on page 3. Now to page 26. Upsurge in Lassa fever cases as death hits 162 in August. This is coming from NCDC. And petrol from Dangote refinery arrives United States for the first time. That's according to a report on page 3. And CPPE urges policy mix to sustain inflation decline, boost growth. That's on page 5. Now the final headline I will be giving you this morning from the Nigerian Tribune says, NIPOS intercepts drug concealed in Lagos consignment from Thailand. That's on page 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. Let's go to another one right about now, and this is coming from the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard newspaper has these headlines on its front page. Rivers hopes mixed views as emergency ends tomorrow. And that's on page 5. The writer says Ibas asks residents to nurture peace already built. Elders sue for unity. Fubara returning as conquered man. This is coming from CUPP. Governors may suffer, says Okore, APGA founding chairman. And the PDP wants Fubara against defection, demand probe of interim rule. And the last writer from that headline says Tinubu returns from vacation. That's on page 5. All this you find on page 5. Now, experts disagree as presidency says inflation will drop to single digits. That's on page 20. Who are the experts who make differing statements? Flip over to page 20 to know them. And NIN SIM linkage reduces fraud, boosts national security. This is coming from our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that's an assertion he's making. And federal government drags Showore Facebook X to court over criminal post against Tinubu. That's on page 6. And it's a wrap. Okay, let me give you this one. Food security. Federal government unveils new agri investment incentives. Page 8 has details. And the last one, which is on page 10, says Nigerian profs earn gardeners 3-hour pay. Ex-OAU VC Abimbola making that revelation. And that's it from the Vanguard newspaper. Now let's move to the Nation newspaper because very soon we'll be going on our first commercial break. The Nation newspaper has these headlines for today, 17th of September. Tinubu's reform revolutionary, says ex-speaker Dogara. And President Tinubu back from working vacation. That's also another report. Troops kill 3 terrorists, capture IPOP commander Gentle the Yahoo. That's also another report documented in the Nation newspaper. And S.M.O says Lagos critical to Nigeria's world power dream. And of course, INEC chairman as kingmaker. That's also another report right here. Now, Okpebolo unveils roadmap to reform education in Edo. That's also documented. And the final headline I will be giving you, this is on page 27 of the Nation newspaper. PDP's open ticket in line with Olawepo Hashimi's position on zoning. That on page 27, and that is from the Nation newspaper. Okay, the Daily Independent is the last paper I'll be taking before we go on our first commercial break. And these are the headlines. APC accuses Atiku Abubakar of instigating revolution in Nigeria. And Dangote Refineries delivers first petrol shipment to United States market. That's on page 29. Reforms in oil gas sector have delivered FDPs worth $18 billion. This is coming from NUPRC. And on page 7, 17 directors fail permanent secretary selection exam. And on page 6, harmonized identity system will strengthen governance, unlock opportunities, says President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And the final headline I will be giving you this morning, it says federal government to simplify land-related transactions to boost food security. And that's it from the Daily Independent newspaper. Let's go on a break right now. When we come back, we'll be taking more stories from our daily newspapers, and then I'll be reading some comments on our Facebook page.
your man Flo Rida.
Hey, what's happening? It's your little homie Plies, man.
Hey, yo, what's poppin', man? It's your boy Bow Weezy, man. Check it out.
This is Ed Sheeran.
Hi, I'm Charlie Puth.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney.
Your systems are offline.
Tune in to Erie 96.1 FM, the majestic station that rules the sound waves. Join us.
It is good to take your business to the next level. Iṣẹ́ alọ́sókè tó bá bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Succeed Supreme Concept Limited. Ilé iṣẹ́ alùpùpù tó mọ̀ nípa ẹni wá. Ìbàdàn làwa o.
Succeed Supreme Concept Limited. Ilé-iṣẹ́ alukoro tí kìí jánikulẹ̀. Anshi Transport Services bá ní pèsè irúfẹ́ mọ́tò yòówù tẹ́ nílò lọ́jọ́kọjọ́ nígbàkigbà. À ń bá ní tún ilé àtọ́fíìsì ṣe. Cleaning services. Bí ẹ fẹ́ ra lẹ̀ talẹ̀ ra lé talé. Iṣẹ́ wa ni àwa ètò property. A tún ta fóònù lóríṣiríṣi. Àwa ni event planner tó kájú ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la tún bá ní polówó ọjà lórí rédíò tẹlifíṣàn tàbí newspaper. A tún ṣe branding motor cup t-shirt face cap àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ la ń bá ní polówó ọjà lójú billboard signage ẹ̀kan sọ́fíìsì wa tó wà ní moro fọlá abẹ́gbẹ́ shopping complex opposite Alakia Bayed Bridge airport area Ìbàdàn telephone 081-2828-4747 tàbí 091-5111-5000. Succeed Supreme Concept Limited will take your business to the next level at a cheaper rate.
Olùgbé ìlú Ìbàdàn ẹ kú oríire ilé-iṣẹ́ kan àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tí Ọlọ́run bá fi òǹtẹ̀ lò láti máa pèsè àwọn àga ìjókòó tó jọjú ní gbèsè yálà àti ilé ìgbé ni tàbí ti ibi iṣẹ́ ti balẹ̀ sílùú Ìbàdàn báyìí o wọ́n tún pèsè pákó ibùsùn eléyìí tó ṣe dáadáa pẹ̀lú àwọn igi tí ikán ò lè jẹ FG Interiors ní ilé-iṣẹ́ tí mò ń perí rẹ̀ yìí wọ́n wà ní block 62 plot 4 Ecstasy Plaza eléyìí tó fẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ pẹ̀lú Àkóbọ̀ Police Station ní ìyànà ọlọ́pàá Àkóbọ̀ Ìbàdàn ẹ lè pe FG Interiors lórí 08072719777 ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ WhatsApp pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ kan náà ní o 08072719777 FG Interiors kámúlẹ̀rẹwà níṣẹ́ tá a yàn láàyò.
kílẹ̀ iṣẹ́ rédíò gbẹ́tọ̀ alárànbarà kalẹ̀ la fi mọba nínú rédíò Ìrì FM tún ti dé o ọba rédíò. Ìrì FM Old School
Fiesta 2025.
àràbọ̀wọ́ ìjàlálẹ̀ ètò lélẹ̀ tá a fi ń ṣèrántí ohun tó ti pẹ́ tá a sì jọ ń gbéra wa lárugẹ jọyọ̀ tọ̀mẹ̀tọ̀mẹ̀ alàǹgbà mi ní jọjọ kíjọ papọ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ni Ìrì FM Old School Fiesta 2025 yóò wáyé ìyẹn lọ́jọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá October 1st ọjọ́ òmìnira orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ló bọ́ sí o. yóò láǹfààní àti wáyé ìyẹn ní Watershed Celebration Center tó wà ní Old Ife Road Ìbàdàn vintage red carpet 12 p.m. àríyá tó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ gangan láago kan ọ̀sán gbẹ̀rẹ̀ regular 5,000 naira table for two 20,000 table for four 50,000 àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ẹ lè rí tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì rà ìyẹn ní Ìrì FM office tàbí ní Watershed Entertainment Center Old Ife Road bákan náà fẹ́yìí tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ wà hàn àbí tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ṣaralóge fashion contest ẹ wá gba fọ́ọ̀mù yín pẹ̀lú owó tí ò ga jara lọ 5,000 naira ìyẹn ní Ìrì FM office tó wà ní àdójúkọ olówó tí fowó ṣàánú shopping complex Ìwó Road Ìbàdàn boko báwa jìnnà ìlàjì kó ẹjẹ́ àjọ pàdé ní Ìrì FM Old School Fiesta 2025 dress code 60 swag àwọn aṣọ tá a fi lò gbà lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ láwọn aṣọ bíi kẹ̀m̀bẹ̀ sẹ́yìn abẹ́tí ajá àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ alọ́kànjọ̀kan àwọn eré ìdárayá ló máa láǹfààní àti wáyé ń jọ́nà Old School contest Old School highest celebrity appearance and giveaways games and competitions and lots more. ẹ jẹ́ àjọ wa gbádùn ara wa kájọ ní ìrírí ohun tó ti pẹ́ ìyẹn ní Ìrì FM Old School Fiesta 2025 gbogbo èèyàn pátá la pè ó ẹ jẹ́ àjọ pàdé mẹ́ẹ̀.
Fàmì òróró yan bàbá ṣe bí ọba ọdún kejìlélọ́gbọ̀n 32 years Ọlọ́run ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tí kò dúró.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni o ọdọọdún báyìí ló ń wáyé àjọ̀dún ìfàmì òróró yẹn 32 years anointing of bàbá ṣe bí ọba ìpè tó ń fọ agbára tó ń túnde tó ń jáde tó ń pàṣẹ ìtura tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ àmì àti iṣẹ́ ìyanu káàkiri àgbáyé tọdún ìtumọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀rí rẹ̀ pẹ̀tẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ní ṣe bí ọba headquarters
Gbáremú Ìdíòbí airport area Alákẹ́ Ìbàdàn tó ti máa wáyé. Ọjọ́ Wednesday September 17 ọdún yìí ni. Pẹ̀lú ìpàdé àdúrà tá a pàkórí ẹ̀ ní agbára láti ṣe bí ọba. Aago méjì òwúrọ̀ kùtù la máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹni tí Olúwa pè tó yàn tó ṣe lógo bàbá wa nínú Olúwa. Lord Mayor, His Eminence Apostle Dr. S.M.O. Mustapha J.P. Bàbá ṣe bí ọba lólùgbàlejò àgbà. Ó máa fi ìfàmì òróró yàn tún gbàdúrà fún gbogbo oníkojúkò. Tó o bá lè wá, ìpè yìí máa gbé ìwọ náà lórúkọ Jésù àmì ọ́.
Print it right, print it bright. From direct image printing to large format prints, Able Hearts and Press is an expert in general printing, engraving, Howard Plague, rubber stamps, billboards, book binding, amongst others. If you want to do anything that has to do with printing, just get in touch with us. Able Hearts and Press is located at number 15, Darlington Street, Mokola, Ibadan. You can also reach us via our email, ableheart7@gmail.com, or call us on 080-3623-6236 or 080-5324-9969. Able Hearts and Press, commitment and integrity is our watchword.
Ọlọ́run Mustapha o ló mú mi ṣe bí ọba.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o, a jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹni tó nígbàgbọ́ nínú ìfàmìróyìn Ọlọ́run lórí ìpè bàbá ṣe bí ọba. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kóra wa jọ pọ̀, ká jọ rìnrìn àjò mímọ́ pẹ̀lú wòlíì. Apostle S.M.O. Mustapha J.P. Bàbá ṣe bí ọba lọ sórílẹ̀-èdè Jordan nínú oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2025. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ 12 títí di ọjọ́ 19 October 12 to 19 la fi máa wà nínú ìrìn àjò ẹ̀mí pẹ̀lú ìtọ́ni Ọlọ́run nípasẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́ You Fit Fly. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ti ń forúkọ sílẹ̀. Ìwọ náà má pò lọ torí pé nínú ìrìn àjò yìí ọ̀pọ̀ iṣẹ́ ìyanu ló máa ṣẹ lórí olúkálùkù. Ẹ wá gbọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó bá forúkọ sílẹ̀ látàsìkò yìí kó tó di inú oṣù 11 ni ó jàǹfààní ẹ̀dínwó 2.5 million naira. Kódà gbajúgbajà òṣèré ni Kúnlé Afọ́d máa wà pẹ̀lú wa. Fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ kàn sí gbogbo ẹ̀ka iléeṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ Seed of Christ Golden Church Worldwide tó fi mọ́ gbogbo ọ́fíìsì You Fit Fly tó súnmọ́ láti forúkọ sílẹ̀ tàbí kẹ́ ẹ máa pe nọ́mbà yìí 090-7868-0206. Ìrìn àjò lọ sí Jordan pẹ̀lú bàbá ṣe bí ọba ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbẹ́yìn o.
This is your man Flo Rida. What's happening? It's your homie Plies, man.
Hey, yo, what's poppin', man? It's your boy Bow Weezy, man. Check it out.
This is Ed Sheeran. Hi, I'm Charlie Puth.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney. Your systems are offline.
Tune in to Erie 96.1 FM, the majestic station that rules the sound waves. Join us.
Point one.
You're welcome back from the commercial break. Thank you so much for still staying tuned to 96.1 FM. Now we are at the second phase of the program, and this is where I give to you the details of some of the headlines I read earlier. And this is also the time you also can join the conversation and drop your comments. On our Facebook page, I see some comments coming through. Thank you so much for joining. I have FG Interiors. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for joining us live on our Facebook. Olashende Habib Kamadupe, thank you so much for dropping your comments. And now let's move on to the Punch newspaper. Okay, I see Alaba Yusuf. Thank you so much for joining us on our Facebook page. You also can join us on Erie FM Ibadan. That's our Facebook handle. Erie 96.1 FM Ibadan is our Facebook handle. Okay, let me start with the Punch newspaper. And the first headline I'm taking from the Punch newspaper, it says right here, federal government unveils agric reforms, moves to create 21 million jobs. The federal government on Tuesday rolled out a slew of new incentives to attract agricultural investment, which is said could create 21 million jobs in the country. It also pledged reforms to expand irrigation, improve access to credit, and create millions of rural jobs under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic agenda. Vice President Kashim Shettima outlined the plans of the Food and Agriculture Organization's National Sub-Regional Hand-in-Hand Investments Forum in Abuja, calling hunger the great equalizer that reveals our vulnerability and the shared fragility of our existence. Now, Senior Special Assistant to the Vice President on Media and Communications, Stalin Uwokocha, revealed details of the meeting in a statement titled More Incentives for Farmers as federal government unveils new agri-investment incentives. Now, the measures include single window platform for land registration, strengthened agricultural credit system, large-scale mechanization, and strategic irrigation projects. Well, other details documented right here, and you'd have to pay a copy of the Punch newspaper to get details of this headline. Now, the headline says, Federal Government unveils agri reforms, moves to create 21 million jobs. All right, still with the Punch newspaper. Now let's talk about our president's return to Abuja. And the Punch newspaper captures this with this headline. It says, Tinubu returns to Abuja after quoting short parade leave. And President Bola Tinubu returned to Abuja on Tuesday evening after quoting short what was initially scheduled as a 10-day leave to Paris and London. The Airbus A330 conveying the president touched down at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport at 6:50 p.m. local time. Recall that President Tinubu, who departed Nigeria on September 4, had been expected to remain in Europe until later this week. Now, no official reason was given for the decision to curtail the trip. The president's return comes as the 6-month emergency rule in Rivers State elapses this Thursday. And that's the much I can take on that report. And the headline says, Tinubu returns to Abuja after quoting short parade leave. Don't derail Awujale selection. Council warns ruling houses. The chairman of Ijebu-Ode local government, Dare Alebiosun, has warned the 3 other ruling houses in Ijebu-Ode against acts capable of derailing the process of selecting a new Awujale. The Awujale stool, occupied for 65 years by Oba Sikuru Adetono, from the Anikilaya ruling house until his passing on July 13 at age 91, rotates among 4 ruling houses: Fidipote, Bele Buwa, Anikilaya, and Faseun Buwa. With Anikilaya having last produced the monarch, the Faseun Buwa ruling house is next in line. Speaking virtually with newsmen during a visit by elders of the family led by their head Otumba Abdulateef Owoyemi, Alebiosun assured that the government would not tolerate interference by other ruling houses. His remarks followed Owoyemi's allegation that Fitipote and Belebua and Anikilaya ruling houses were fanning discourse and meddling in Fasegbuwa's internal affairs. More to the story, because in response, Alebiosun maintained that the throne must revert to the Fasegbuwa family as tradition dictates. He added that the matter would be reported to the governor and promised to review documents submitted by the ruling house. That's it from the Punch newspaper, and this headline says, Don't derail Awujale's stool selection, Council warns ruling houses. All right, let's go to the Nation newspaper right about now. And the Nation newspaper, the full story I have, it's coming from the ex-speaker Dogara. And ex-speaker Dogara says, Tinubu's reforms revolutionary. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic reform program is a revolution. the most far-reaching in many decades of Nigeria's nationhood. A former House of Representatives Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, said this yesterday. According to him, the president inherited an economy in comatose, which needed such bold and courageous decisions to pull it back from the brink. On resumption of office in May 29, 2023, the president removed subsidy on petrol and scrapped the multiple exchange rates, the twin economic policies that have defined his administration. He spoke during an event organized by the House of Representatives Press Corps at the National Assembly Complex in Abuja. Now, speaking further, he described President Tinubu's sweeping tax reforms. He made mention of President Tinubu's sweeping tax reforms as the most audacious overhaul of Nigeria's fiscal framework in decades, urging the government to ensure transparency and sustained implementation to secure public trust. Now, Dogara outlined the key provisions of the reforms, which consolidated 16 federal tax statutes into 4 principal acts. He had a lot to say at the event. It's right here in the Nation newspaper, and the headline right here says, Tinubu's reforms revolutionary, says ex-speaker Dogara. Now let's move to Lagos State, and this is also from the Nation newspaper. The headline says, Sanwo-Olu, Lagos critical to Nigeria's world power dream. Okay, Lagos critical to Nigeria's world power dream. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu yesterday said the Center of Excellence is critical to making Nigeria a world power for the foreseeable future. He described the state as the country's laboratory for growth, innovation and reforms, adding that Nigeria is today a regional and continental power because Lagos is its beating heart. And speaking further, he called for a special status for Lagos, stressing that the country can scale up its growth and development by treating the state as a pivotal leverage that can help unleash collective national potential. And also speaking further at the event, Sanwo-Olu tagged his lecture as Lagos and Nigeria 2030, projection of a new world. At the event, chaired by Dr. Dire Awoshika, the governor also spoke further, noting that the future of the nation's competitiveness lies in Lagos. And Sanwo-Olu alluded to the economic realities and potentials that make the former federal capital a factor in national growth. Do you accept? Do you align? Well, go to our Facebook page and drop your comments. The governor of Lagos State says, Lagos critical to Nigeria's world power dream. The last headline I will be taking from the Nation newspaper to this morning, and for today, the headline says, troops kill 3 terrorists, capture IPOB commander Gentle the Yawu. Now, troops of the Nigerian Army have recorded another round of success in their amplified onslaught against violent non-state actors across the country. Yesterday, a highly reliable army source revealed the killing of 3 terrorists and the arrest of a notorious commander of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Eastern Security Network, Ifeanyi Okorienta. 11 suspected armed robbers, gun runners, and violent extremists were also arrested in Kaduna, Kogi, Benue State, while 12 kidnapped victims were rescued in Katsina, Kogi, and Adamawa. The feat was achieved by the troops within 24 hours, and this is according to the source at the Army headquarters in Abuja. The military source did not give the names of the neutralized terrorists and their groups, but he said that Okorienta was apprehended during a joint operation by the 34 Artillery Brigade and sister security agencies in Aku, Ihobe, Okiwe local government area of Imo State. All right, and that's the much I can take from the Nation newspaper. The headline says, the troops kill 3 terrorists, capture IPOB commander Gentle the Yawu. And let's go on another commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll take a few more stories and I will take your comments. Join us shortly.
fun.
Gbogbo olùgbé ìlú Ìbàdàn ẹ kú oríire ilé-iṣẹ́ kan àrà ọ̀tọ̀ tí Ọlọ́run bá fi òǹtẹ̀ lò láti máa pèsè àwọn àga ìjókòó tó jojú ní gbèsè yálà àti ilé ìgbé ni tàbí ti ibi iṣẹ́ ti balẹ̀ sílùú Ìbàdàn báyìí o wọ́n tún pèsè pákó ibùsùn eléyìí tó ṣe dáadáa pẹ̀lú àwọn igi tí ikán ò lè jẹ FG Interiors ní ilé-iṣẹ́ tí mò ń perí rẹ̀ yìí wọ́n wà ní block 62 plot 4 Ecstasy Plaza eléyìí tó fẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ pẹ̀lú Àkóbọ̀ Police Station ní ìyànà ọlọ́pàá Àkóbọ̀ Ìbàdàn ẹ lè pe FG Interiors lórí 08072719777 ẹ tún lè kàn sí wọn lórí àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ WhatsApp pẹ̀lú ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ kan náà ní o 08072719777 FG Interiors kámúlẹ̀rẹwà níṣẹ́ tá a yàn láàyò.
Our road leads to Francis M. Brother, north, south, east, and west. Yeah, Abandon people come.
How time flies. Francis M. School, Bodija, is 40 years under the leadership of Modupe Ayodele Oluyemi JP, a visionary and nation builder. As we celebrate our 40 years anniversary, activities outlined for the occasion include Day 1, Monday 15 September 2025 with rally and final football match. Day 2, Tuesday 16 September, Founders Day prayer and cultural activities. Day 3, Friday 19th September, 40th grand finale, and final day 28th Saturday September 2025, Alumni Day. Admission is still in progress into Francis M. School and College, Iwajowa Layouts, Bodija, Ibadan. Francis M. School, the citadel of knowledge. Announcer, 40th Anniversary Planning Committee.
Francis M. School. We are pledge our loyalty.
A kú oríire o. Oríire náà kò ní dìbàjẹ́. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Olasco Real Estate and Farm Limited ni wọ́n kóre dé nípa iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀.
Wọ́n sọ fún wa nípa iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀.
Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ti lówó lórí gan lákòókò yìí. A ó bá yín ralẹ̀ oko tàbí talẹ̀ oko. A tún lè bá yín gbin àwọn ohun ọ̀gbìn yín. Ta ó sì tún bá yín mójútó. A sì tún lè bá yín ta àwọn èrè oko yín tí ó sì jèrè rẹpẹtẹ níbẹ̀. A ti wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ yìí ọ̀nà ti na. Ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn ni wọ́n ti pasẹ̀ wá sóríire. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin ará òkè òkun tàbí nílẹ̀ yìí tẹ́ ò lè ráàyè bójútó oko yín. A ti wà níkàlẹ̀ fún yín láti bá yín bójútó. A lè bá yín rá oko ẹ̀gẹ́, àgbàdo, ọ̀pẹ, ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀, kòkó, iṣu, ọsàn àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. A tún bá ní ralẹ̀, talẹ̀, kọ́lé, ta ilé, a sì tún bá ní ra ọkọ̀, ta ọkọ̀. Ètò ààbò tó péye wà fún oko yín tí a bá bá yín dá. A ní àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tí wọ́n gbóúnjẹ fẹ́gbẹ́ tí wọ́n sì tún gbà wó bọ̀. Ẹ kàn sí iléeṣẹ́ wa ní òpópónà Sùmóyè ní ìlú Ìkirè, Ọ̀ṣun State ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. A tún wà ní Speedover House, Olóróró, Ọ̀jọ́, Ìbàdàn. Ẹ pè wá sórí 09066341195. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Olasco ló sọ pé ká jẹun, ká yó, ká lálàáfíà.
kílẹ̀ iṣẹ́ rédíò gbé tó alárànbarà kalẹ̀ la fi mọba nínú rédíò Ìrì FM tún ti dé o ọba rédíò.
bébí mi jọ̀wọ́ o jẹ́ ká jọ máa gbádùn.
Ìrì FM Old School
Fiesta 2025.
àràbọ̀wọ́ ìjàlálẹ̀ ètò lélẹ́yìí tá a fi ń ṣèrántí ohun tó ti pẹ́ tá a sì jọ ń gbéra wa lárugẹ jọyọ̀ tọ̀mìtòmí alàǹgbà mi ní jọ́njọ́n kíjọ papọ̀. bẹ́ẹ̀ni Ìrì FM Old School Fiesta 2025 yóò wáyé ìyẹn lọ́jọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá October 1st ọjọ́ òmìnira orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ló bọ́ sí o. yóò láǹfààní àti wáyé ìyẹn ní Watershed Celebration Center tó wà ní Old Ife Road Ìbàdàn vintage red carpet 12 p.m. àríyá tó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ gangan láago kan ọ̀sán gbẹ̀rẹ̀ regular 5,000 naira table for two 20,000 table for four 50,000 àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. ẹ lè rí tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì rà ìyẹn ní Ìrì FM office tàbí ní Watershed Entertainment Center Old Ife Road. bákan náà fẹ́ ìtẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ fẹ́ wà hàn àbí tẹ́ ẹ fẹ́ ṣaralóge fashion contest ẹ wá gba fọ́ọ̀mù yín pẹ̀lú owó tí ò ga jara lọ 5,000 naira ìyẹn ní Ìrì FM office tó wà ní àdójúkọ olówó tí fowó ṣàánú shopping complex Ìwó Road Ìbàdàn. boko bá wá jìnnà ìlàjì kó ẹjẹ́ àjọ
pàdé ní ìrì FM Old School Fiesta 2025 dress code 60 swags àwọn aṣọ tá a fi lò gbà lọ́jọ́ tó ti pẹ́ láwọn aṣọ bíi kẹ̀m̀bẹ̀ sanyán abetí ajá àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ alọ́kànjọ̀kan àwọn eré ìdárayá ló máa láǹfààní àti wáyé ń jọ́nà old school contest old school eye celebrity appearance and giveaways games and competitions and lots more ẹ jẹ́ àjọ wa gbádùn ara wa kájọ ní ìrírí ohun tó ti pẹ́ ìyẹn ní ìrì FM Old School Fiesta 2025 gbogbo èèyàn pátá la pè ó ẹ jẹ́ àjọ pàdé mẹ́ẹ̀.
This is your man Flo Rida.
Hey, what's happening? This your homie Plies, man.
Hey, yo, what's poppin', man? It's your boy Bow Weezy, man. Check it out.
This is Ed Sheeran. Hi, I'm Charlie Puth.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney.
Your systems are offline. Tune in to Erie 96.1 FM, the majestic station that rules the sound waves. Join us.
Point one.
You're welcome back from the break. Very soon we'll go to our Facebook page. Our Facebook page will go there very soon. But let's take this one from the Nigerian Tribune. And this is going to be the last story I will be taking from the papers this morning. And it says, DSS sues Sowore X over anti-Tinubu post. And the Department of State Services, DSS, has dragged activist and former presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Omoyele Sowore, alongside tech giant Meta, that is Facebook Incorporation, and X Incorporation, Elon Musk's controlling company managing X, over an alleged denigrating post targeting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The 5-count charge was filed on Tuesday before the Federal High Court in Abuja by the Director of Public Prosecution, Federal Ministry of Justice, Mr. M.B. Abubakar. The federal government, through the DSS, alleged that Showore's post amounted to offences under Section 24, 1B of the Cyber Crimes Prohibition and Prevention Amendment Act 2024, as well as Sections 59 and 375 of Criminal Code Act. Sowore post dated August 25 came after President Tinubu, during an official visit to Brazil, declared that his administration had successfully ended corruption in Nigeria. Now, more to the story, it's right here in the Nigerian Tribune. Do well to pick up a copy, and it says DSS sues Sowore Meta X over anti-Tinubu post. And before I go, we have to go to our Facebook page. Special thank you to everyone that has joined us on our Facebook page. I don't take that for granted. We don't take it for granted. And the first comment, it's coming from Olashayinde Kamadupe, says, well done from Okoyemi area. Alaba Yusuf says, Ekwetu, thank you so much. And FG Interiors says, Iri FM, a farmers commercial radio. Indeed, that is our radio station. Thank you so much for joining the family. Thank you. And Muiz Abdusalam says, good morning. Good morning to you too. Good morning. And that's it. That's my cue to leave right now. Thank you so much. Don't forget, Old School Fiesta is coming very soon, October 1. Join us at Watershed Entertainment Center, Old Ife, to have a nostalgia feel of the time past. It's going to be a wonderful event, October 1. The vintage carpet starts 12 p.m. The main show starts 1 p.m. Come and see your celebrities. Come and see your favorite presenters grace the carpet and the event on that day. And until I come your way, ticket is 5,000 naira. Pick up your ticket at Iri FM or Watershed Celebration Center. For 5,000 naira, you get an entrance to the Old School Fiesta, and it covers the feeding, the drinks, everything, all on us once you pick up your ticket. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Elijah, thank you so much for making it a smooth transmission this morning. I still remain Oluwa.